It begins with a whisper, a promise. What if I told you that someday a woman could give birth without needing her own ovaries? A future where infertility is no longer a barrier, where age doesn't decide motherhood, and damaged ovaries don't mean the end. Today, the science of creating artificial eggs is closer than you ever imagined, and it might change everything we know about reproduction, family, and choice. Stay with me because this breakthrough could rewrite the rules of possibility. And by the end, you'll understand how close we really are to life created from skin. So, what exactly are artificial eggs? And how can they even exist? Scientists have found a way to take ordinary human cells like skin or blood and reprogram them. They're called induced pluripotent stem cells. With the right chemical cues, those cells can be transformed into something astonishing. Primordial germ cells, the earliest building blocks of eggs. Then, by mimicking the environment of an ovary in a lab, researchers can guide those cells to become full human egg cells. Yes, eggs made in a dish. It sounds like science fiction, but it's not. It's already happening. In animals, back in 2016, a team of Japanese scientists led by Dr. Katsuhiko made global headlines. They took skin cells from a female mouse, turned them into stem cells, then created egg cells, fertilized them, and implanted the resulting embryos into a surrogate. And the result, healthy baby mice, born from eggs that were never in an ovary. Last year, research teams from the UK and US achieved similar breakthroughs with primates. Not just fertilization, but egg development that mimics nature, step by step. They are unlocking the same process for human biology. But why does this matter? Why are artificial eggs such a big deal? Because they offer hope. Real, tangible hope. For millions of women with premature ovarian failure. For cancer survivors who lost their eggs to chemotherapy. For women in their 40s or 50s who thought it was too late. Artificial eggs could make it possible to have genetically related children without needing to retrieve eggs from the ovaries. Imagine IVF without egg harvesting. A skin swab could one day replace a needle in the ovary. Even same-sex female couples might both contribute genetic material to their baby. For many, it's not just a science breakthrough, it's an emotional revolution. But here's a question everyone asks next. Is it safe? Could lab-made eggs carry mutations? That's one of the biggest hurdles right now. Researchers are sequencing every cell, checking for DNA errors, abnormal divisions, or early signs of instability. The goal is strict quality control, and the eggs that match nature's perfection can move forward. Because when it comes to making life, there is no room for error. And then there's the ethical question. If this becomes real, who should be allowed to use it? Should it be limited to medical infertility? What if people start requesting eggs at 60, or to delay childbirth indefinitely? And what about gene editing, choosing traits like eye color or height in your lab-made embryo? Scientists, ethicists, and governments are already debating this. There's a race not just in science but in laws, ethics, and humanities limits. Doctors, for the most part, are cautiously optimistic. They know the potential. They've seen the heartbreak of infertility, and this technology could be the light at the end of a very dark tunnel. One reproductive endocrinologist said, this could be the biggest step since IVF in 1978, but it must be done carefully, because we're not just creating eggs, we're creating lives. So what's the timeline? How far away are we really? Experts say within the next 5 to 10 years, we may see human trials. It starts with full egg development in primates, then a cautious leap to human lab-grown eggs. Each stage must prove safety, genetic stability, fertilization success, embryo health. Regulatory approvals might take even longer, perhaps 15 years or more before mainstream use. But make no mistake, the train has left the station, and the momentum is real. Now think about how this could change society. Single individuals could become biological parents. Without a partner, same-sex male couples might one day create embryos using an artificial egg and sperm. Fertility may no longer decline sharply with age, but with that power comes risk. Will artificial eggs become a privilege for the rich? Could we see commercial egg labs offering custom embryos? And what happens to the meaning of family when science writes the rules? For now, we stand at the edge, looking into a future where biology meets possibility, where skin can become life, and where infertility might no longer mean the end of the dream. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey. If this topic moved you, sparked questions, or gave you hope, please comment below. Tell us, if artificial eggs became safe and accessible, would you support it? Don't forget to subscribe to Dr. Ha Healthcare for more emotional, evidence-based explorations into pregnancy, parenting, and reproductive science. And if you want to learn what science is doing inside the womb, our next video reveals how doctors can now detect rare diseases just from a mother's blood. We'll see you there.